Welcome back to Bucharest. My name's Spencer. This is the FUT Champions Cup Stage 1, and we're about to see our console final on the PlayStation side, the last game before the cross-console final. I'm joined by Rachel Stringer and Dan Gaskin. Now, this game coming up right now, I just worked out it's a triple header for 3 reasons. First of all, you've got 2 friends that know each other pretty well, play together a lot, bit of a grudge match there. Second of all, you've got the South American factor, Brazil versus Argentina. Third of all, you've got the Premier League rivalry, Wolves, West Ham.
It's got a little bit of everything, you'd say,
Amazing.
you, Spencer. And you've also got 2 incredible FIFA players as well. One unbeaten, one who's also shown an incredible form throughout the knockout stages as well. That being Yago, the unbeaten one being Fifilza. And there's a chance we could have 2 unbeaten players in the cross-console final if Fifilza's to win this.
Which is very rare, Rachel. We almost never see that 2 people win all their games the whole way through and actually play each other.
No, it just shows a level of but I guess the competition as a whole, but also shows that these guys are absolutely on form in FIFA 20 so far. And it's even more rare that it's the first competition of the whole season that this is happening as well. So it shows these 2 players, Tech's already going through to that cross-console final, and Wolves Fifilza there have already mastered FIFA 20, which shows a lot to them. They can just pick up this new game and they can just run with it straight away as well. And they're the 2 players there. They're behind us and
in front of us. They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. They don't actually look too worried. They usually, you'd think at a PS4 final or any final, there'd be a couple of worried faces behind you, but I'm just going to look over. You shouldn't turn your back to camera, but I am. And they look pretty chill. They're looking at us, a few smiles on their face. But as you said, they're good friends. How difficult is it to play your mate?
It is quite difficult. It doesn't matter if they're a friend, a foe, you're always going to have the same worries, especially if you're going up against somebody you've played against a lot or you know their playstyle. They're going to know your playstyle. They're going to know where your weaknesses are. They're going to know whereabouts they can exploit you. And then you have to try and come up with a plan C or a plan D, and you might not have that in the locker.
Who goes into this game in almost doing the word of fear, but who's on the more pressure? Because Fifilza won all his games, so he's got the ability to do that unbeaten run to the final, which is very rare, as we said. But then at the same time, Yago, I would say, on stats, is the underdog because he's lost a couple games and he's not looked as convincing from the start as Fifilza. But at the same time, I think that takes pressure off him because you could argue the stats suggest Fifilza should win it.
I'd say it's fairly even. Honestly, both of these players would love to reach a cross-console final. They've done well in tournaments before, but they just want to get that extra step further, maybe even lift a trophy. You never know. Yago has scored more goals in the tournament than Fifilza has. Yago's got 26, Fifilza's got 22. So you could argue that Yago is probably more confident in front of goal. But then you also look at the defensive record of Fifilza, and it's one of the best in the tournament at the moment. So I think Fifilza will probably, if I had to go with someone, I would say more pressure on Fifilza because of his defensive record. People are going to have eyes on him, expecting him to continue that fine form.
Do you think Yago maybe he's gone under the radar a little bit because of his countryman Nicholas always being talked about? We've talked about him for many years. They've always been teammates before. So maybe that's why we haven't seen as much or heard much about him. But now that Nicholas is out, he's kind of stepping up and taking that position.
Well, he didn't stand out as much on his own last year as an individual, but he did, of course, get to the E-Nations Cup final with Nicholas, losing narrowly to Maestro and Dax of France. So he was around the scene last year, and he was a very good player. Now he's been picked up by West Ham, signal of intent by them to try and, even though they've been in the scene for a while, esports, to really make an impact this year. And what a start for them. First tournament, getting all the way to the console final, maybe further. So the West Ham guys must be buzzing with that.
Then, of course, he beat Maestro in the semi-final to get here. And there was a little bit of summit afterwards. He did the Mbappe celebration. But, of course, they lost them in the E-Nations. I think there was some form of non-handshake there from Maestro's end at the E-Nations. So I think there was a little bit of spice between those 2. A lot of built-up rage from Yago, and he just let it all out. Like, that's what happens when you in football. Like, you get excited, you do these things, you celebrate. I don't think there was any malice intended by it. I don't think there was any like non-sportsmanship. It was just a little bit of fun. And like some people on Twitter have been giving him grief, I'm all for it. I'm all for personality, having some fun with it. I'm sure that they'll be laughing about it in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's a difficult one because Maestro, I love the fact that he puts his celebrations out there and gets involved, but it does put a bit of a target on your back. You know, hashtag United, every time someone scores against us, what do you think they do? They hashtag it happens every single time. You've got to get used to it. So I think that's an unfortunate thing that comes with the territory and the flamboyancy of Maestro. Yep. He used to look at it as a compliment. You know, it's his identity in many ways, and if people do it back to you, it just shows that they know about it.
Yeah, and they respect you, and they're maybe jealous of the situations you've been in before, that you've been able to celebrate that much. Maestro's a champion, is an E-Nations winner, and I just think there's probably a lot of respect there from both of them. But now he just has to watch on, and who knows, maybe Yago will go on to get into the cross-console final and be able to do Texas celebration. You never know.
Well, we talked about Texas defense getting in this far and being really important this year. If we're to believe that's the pattern that's going to continue, then you'd argue Fifilza is the man to win this one. But how is it going to go? It's prediction time. Rachel, what are you thinking?
You said that about Fifilza, but then you've got Yago, who scored more goals, I guess, in the semi-final. So he's the guy that's been more creative and maybe more sure of his ability on the game. So I'm going to go with Houston. I'm sorry, Yago.
Houston, he's done well.
He's definitely out.
Houston
Definitely
gets himself in.
Definitely West Ham Yago.
Okay.
But you also have to look at the opponents that they were facing in the knockout stages as well. I think Fifilza went up against some really tough opponents, very defensive opponents. I think we'll see more from him now. It'll be more open game. I'm going to go for Fifilza. I think he'll carry on the unbeaten run.
Okay, well, if Fifilza wins, it will be the two unbeaten guys playing each other. But Yago could still upset the odds. Brandon and Richard, who are going to cast this game, what do you guys think is going to happen?
I think we're in for a bit of history, to be honest. I think this is going to be one of the first times we've seen two players go unbeaten throughout the whole tournament to match each other up in a cross-console final. So for me, Fifilza, he controls the game so well, and defensively, he is really sound. So for me, it's going to be a Wolves-Fifilza win.
For me, Yago. Yago's winning.
Go with Yago. Okay, well, I hope you have a good game, guys. Enjoy it, and I'll speak to you after.
Thank you very much, Spencer. Give me a bit of info on Yago. Why do you want Yago?
Look, let's go back. Let's go all the way back. FUT Champions Cup 2. Okay, this is in December in London
FIFA
on
19.
FIFA 19. Okay, different game, same man. Different set of rules, same emotion. Okay, Yago plays with a fire inside of himself. And I think I spoke about it earlier when we were commentating the semi-final that we saw Yago play, knocking out Lucas Rep. He plays with this emotion that now he's controlled. Back then, it was uncontrollable. It was crying after every result. It was phoning back people in Argentina, telling how he's done. This event, he just looks a lot more composed. He looks a lot more controlled. And for me, I think Yago is the man to take this game and set up an extremely tasty final, an E-Nations Cup rematch between Yago and Tex. That's still burning Tex inside, losing that game. I guarantee it.
And if we get to a cross-console final where we'll see a repeat of that, Richard, it will be pretty special. But we have to talk about the Brazilian in this game, Fifilza. It was 12 months ago in Bucharest in the FUT Champions Cup where everyone was talking about Fifilza, all this hype about him playing this beautiful style of football. When it went to the knockouts, he didn't deliver. Day 2, he didn't deliver. This time around in Bucharest, he's delivered on day 1, day 2, and at the moment on day 3. The only unbeaten PlayStation 4 player left in the tournament. And these are the two best PlayStation players from our first major of the FIFA 20 Global Series. Is Wolves-Fifilza up against West Ham United Yago? Call it a Premier League clash if you want, because that is what we're going to strap ourselves into for the next two legs. Fifilza, Richard, 0.7 goals conceded per game is the average. I mean, he doesn't concede goals.
You just look at his bracket play. 1-0 win against #Harry. 2-1 win against Houston, arguably one of the most creative attacking players in FIFA. Now 1-0 victory against Crazy Clash.
That's 1-0 over 180 minutes of FIFA as well.
There's 1 goal conceded in 3 two-legged matches of FIFA. I was catching up with Coach Thomas earlier, just as the food were getting served up in the sort of catering area. And he was saying, look, I sometimes feel bad that we have to play in this certain way, where we play more defensive and we keep hold of the possession, but he needs a win under his belt. He needs a win. He needs that confidence. And that's what he's doing right now. It doesn't matter how you got to the dance.
It doesn't matter how you win, does it?
It matters that you've got your shoes on and you're doing the tango in a console final.
I think you've hit the nail on the head there, is because when you look at a champion, FUT Champions Cup champion, do you go and break down their Swiss round 3 game of how they got there? Here's the first chance. And maybe he heard you call out for a tango, Richard. Cristiano Ronaldo is the man to perform that dance and put it past the goalkeeper. 1-0 up. It's like he can hear us.
And this right now is a really big moment in the game. This next 10-15 minutes, with Fifilza taking the lead so early on in this matchup, it means that Yago has to come out. It almost plays perfectly into the hands of Fifilza.
Look at the last 2 games, Richard, for Yago. Regarding yesterday's game against Maestro in the quarterfinals. What was he doing? Winning position, game number 1. 2-0 win. Yes, he conceded 2 goals, but then he went back in front. He's used to being in winning positions. Go back to the last match, Richard. Winning position again. 2-0, first game. He loves to get in front and then try and control the game off that. This is in Fifilza's hands, as you said. If he can get 1-0 up, he can start to keep possession and play the way he can. He won his last game 1-0.
It doesn't concede. Fifilza doesn't concede.
And right now, it really does feel like the perfect version of FIFA for Wolves Fifilza. Spoke to Thomas as well a little bit earlier yesterday and said, is he just enjoying the game? This student says, he's loving the game. There's a handful of players that can honestly say that, and they're the ones that are still in the competition right now. He's done so well, wow! Wowee! Cristiano Ronaldo, make that 2. 22 minutes on the clock. Yago has got a huge task on his hands.
Panic stations right now for Yago and Bass. And I tell you what, for me right now, this is Fifilza coming out and proving a point. Oh, Fifilza only plays defensive football. It's 2-0 up in 20 minutes.
That goal as well, Richard. We'll see it again on the replay. And you can just see on the right-hand corner of your top face cam there, just a kind of a whisper going on between Coach Thomas, because you can't see in the studio. The players obviously are so close together. The coaches can hear each other.
It's so quiet as well in the studios. There's a smattering of cameramen in there, a few photographers. We all leave the studio when we finished. We come back and we watch the games elsewhere. We don't want to be in that environment. We don't want to be distracting the players on that stage in the studio. He's deathly silent in there.
One thing you have to say, Richard, is that if there was a game plan for Yago to follow, it's been clearly ripped up and we're back again on a blank piece of paper. He's 2-0 down in 22 minutes. Not the start that he would have wanted at all, but Fifilza would have known that. Yago likes to score goals and go up and then try and control the game off of that, which would have meant that Fifilza would have had to come out and play. If anything, he's taken this game the perfect way possible. 22 minutes in. Wolves Fifilza 2-0 up. You have followed the Xbox side. Tex is in another cross-console final. Another FIFA, another cross-console final. And he'll be waiting for one of these two to join him, in which will be a match worth $50,000. And to get your name back on that FUT Champions Cup for the FIFA 20 season. That is if you text. Or alternatively, we could have a new nation winner on there, a new player on there. And it really does just set up this fantastic FIFA 20 Global Series we're going to be looking at. This is only stage 1 of 6 as well.
This right here is a $15,000 game as well. Let's not forget that.
And whoever wins this game will go top of their ranking for their console as well. You'll be the best player on PlayStation regarding ranking points. Come what, Wednesday, Thursday next week, when I believe the rankings will refresh them for the first time this year. Tex is already there. I don't think he'll be moving for a long time from that top spot. 2,000 Global Series points already in his back pocket, Richard. And as you said, even if he loses that cross-console final, it's $30,000 the runner-up will get. Obviously, he'll be looking to pick up another FUT Champions Cup.
Such a strong starter, isn't he? Tex, no matter what game it is, he just seems to start the year so strong. I think it's more reputation. It's more of a sign to the rest of the players to say, yep, I'm back and I'm here to show that I'm the best again.
Fifilza. Obviously trying to defend there, move his players over. Yago really struggling at the moment just to kind of create anything going forward. And you can just see this bank of midfielders that he's going to struggle to get past naturally. Johan Cruyff, who was huge for him in that semi-final game. Scored 2 goals for him.
When these two have played it previously in the qualifiers, it was Yago who did come out on top. I think you're saying earlier that they played next to each other.
It's a great story. Qualifying. It really is a great story. I believe they're both involved in some sort of gaming festival out in Brazil, and they actually played their FUT Champions Cup #1 qualifiers next to each other in there, like HQ they're playing in. They didn't just match in Swiss, Richard. They matched in a knockout game to qualify them for this tournament. Yago won that game. Fifilza had to then go through the losers bracket to qualify himself for this. So they are very good friends outside, of competitive FIFA. They're both from South America and they're both part of Team Bundled. So they've both been playing the qualifiers together and they've already played against each other this year.
They play against each other quite a lot as well, just online, practicing. And all catching up with both coaches, Bass and Thomas, and they said they know each other pretty much inside and out. They know how each other tick. They know how each other want to play. It's all about disrupting that game plan, though. And right now it is Fifilza in the driver's seat. 2 shots on target, 2 goals, and over 60% of the football. You see a change coming out here for Yago.
Is he going to move out the drop back? That's the question. No, he's happy to stay in that so far. Also, you can see Yashin, the goalkeeper, that he's happy to back as well. Now we're going to see that change. Maybe he's going to go into a different game plan now, which could be attacking for him. 4-2-2 seems to be that popular formation that a number of players will be happy to change into. And look at that bench as well, Richard. We mentioned it yesterday about informed Mane's on there. That Scream Firmino item as well. Of course, they probably won't be coming on the field, but he has got a number of options on the bench if he wants to use them.
Stewart attacking on his fullbacks, cover centre as well on Ruud Gullit there. Looks like everybody else just unbalanced as it stands. It's Neymar coming off for CR7 up top as well. In this 4-2-2 formation, drift wide. Interesting enough. No, I thought
you want to cut in, wouldn't you, normally? Because we're not seeing many crosses, if any.
Balanced. Plays in the box, pretty much going to a relative even keel as well. It's going to be press on heavy touch for Yago.
On the other side of this screen as well, Fifilza will be constantly just probably comparing the teams to see the change that he has made, and obviously see that he's gone into a 4-2-2. I think Yago is done with those changes now. And that is his attacking game plan in motion. I believe he will be moving into. There we go. He's moved into it straight away. He knows he needs to claw back at least a goal going into the second leg. The first half played 2-0 to Wolves for Fifilza so far. We know he scores goals, Yago. And we know he normally likes to lead games as well. This hasn't been the case for him because Fifilza just hasn't allowed him. Ball back inside, right place, right time. Laurent Blanco, I believe, at the back. Just a big hoof there from Van Dijk. Now he's going to be able to play out on this right-hand side.
Look how neat that possession were as well, round the back. A lot of players might have panicked there and just punted it into Rose Ed, but kept hold of the ball, worked that opportunity. You can see Vieira there dropping back between the defenders, looking to pick up the ball and move forward here for those tangerine shirts.
That's risky at the back, and Laurent Blanc just maybe tackle that one yet. He's going to get the deflection anyway. It will be Fifilza in possession still, and this is all muscle memory for him, just keeping it round his own defensive third. Something simple just as that, as playing 3 or 4 passes between the same duo. You don't know where the ball's going to go. Now we'll start to move forward and try and create something. Here's Ruud Gullit. Linking up with, I'd probably say, one of his best friends when it comes to competitive FIFA in Vieira. Back to goal, there's that chance. Maybe he was looking for.
That would have been up there with the Gillette precision play of the day right there. Keeping the ball so neat and tidy in some great areas on the pitch. The Elasticors mixing up with the quick 1, 2, 3, 4 passes. Building his way through the pitch, and right now for Fifilza, he's looking irresistible.
I think it's just the case of he's not put a foot wrong, Richard. He's going to come forward once again now. It's Johan Cruyff. Maybe just have a roulette there. Unfortunately, doesn't actually get him any advantage, though. Does keep in possession, though. Great ball just to cut the 2 players open. You're thinking he was going to cut it back into Ronaldo. No. Ronaldo's going to pick it up back to Cruyff now. He drops the shoulder and still gets to finish up as well. Not good news for Yago. Fifilza extends his lead to 3 goals.
It's just a simple mistake right there. He's tried doing a fake shot out of the back. over sort of extended with the fake shot. There's nothing he can do about it. It's just how the game programs the fake shot to be inputted in with the centre-back. Nicked off his foot with Johan Cruyff and smashed into the back of the net for a 3-goal advantage. And yeah, even though it's only the first leg, Brandon, you'd probably be looking to say game over. As Fifilza conceded 3 goals at all in this entire tournament. He's not in the bracket play. He's conceded 1 goal, the maximum in bracket play.
So that came in his quarter-final matchup. He was still able to win 2-1 up against future FC Oostum. He's looking for a 4th now. He's Fifilza. Don't mess around with it at the back now.
Actually got his Swiss results here for you. It was a 1-0 win against Harry, 2-1 against Oostum, and then 5-2 Harry, 6-2, 4-0, 2-1, 1-0. He's not conceded 3 goals over 2 legs of FIFA in this tournament. The maximum amount of goals he's conceded is 2.
But on top of that, Richard, he has not tasted a defeat. I asked questions of him yesterday. When we were in round of 16 yesterday, quarterfinals, you never see 2 players from each console go completely perfect. You might see 1, such as Tex has done in the past. But to go 5-0 in Swiss, sometimes we often say it's good to get a loss out of your system. But clearly, it's worked for him.
I'd probably be... I know in FIFA 17, Jihan versus Tas in Paris, that was both played 7-0. That was a group stage, though, not Swiss.
Still a fantastic record, though, wasn't it?
I'm trying to think. If there has been a perfect Xbox versus PS console final where it's been the 2 unbeaten players facing off.
It really does feel like a first. So we are a long way away from concluding that Fifilza will win the game, but from what we've seen so far, it does look perfect from him. Zidane just getting that pass on out to Neymar. Doesn't come of anything though. Possession will be recycled once again. There's your heel to Will from R9. Wants to just tee up Johan Cruyff on the edge of the box. It's not going to work out for him. But going back to the record of Fifilza, Richard, just hasn't lost a game, has not tasted defeat, and that has helped him mentally throughout this tournament. On the other side for Yago, he went 3-2 in Swiss and had to win his 5th round matchup against Mentz, the French player, to ensure that he would be even in the knockout stages.
He's not conceded more than 2 goals over 2 legs. He's not. It's a crazy stat for Fifilza. He's 3-0 up. Surely the writing's on the wall.
And he would have had that experience as well of losing to Yago in a tournament qualification. Can't speak. Tournament qualification matchup. And which was up against Yago to qualify for this tournament. Yago won it, as I keep saying. Fifilza went through the loser bracket to qualify. Maybe Fifilza to himself has a point to prove. Was at the World Cup final last year. And overall had a really strong year, including that E-Club World Cup campaign as well. Added time of just 2 minutes left now. And what a performance it has been from Fifilza. 3-0, surely not 4. Headed into this second leg, Yago will be saying, please no. Mbappe back to R9. Unfortunately, a bit of a weak effort, that goal.
No real conviction on the strike there from Fifilza in the final third. A little discussion here. Probably just more of the same. Keep it up. You're playing fantastic. Arguably, some of the best FIFA he's played. Especially from what we've seen in the bracket play. 1-0 win against #Harry. 2-1 win against Houston. 1-0 win against Clash Crazy. Now we're in the console final and he's 3-0 up after 1 leg.
He feels like more of a kind of like a finalised FIFA player.
Finished article.
Yeah, regarding like he's got rid of those mistakes. He's got rid of those little hurdles and maybe whether it's finishing, defending for him, working out maybe a formation that he enjoys playing, the handful of icons that he enjoys using and how they work for him. I definitely, you know, he's literally like a finished article in regards to he is just that kind of perfect FIFA player right now.
However, when I saw him against Clash Crazy, he was panicking, okay? When Clash Crazy were pressing him high up the pitch, in midfield especially, he was losing the ball. He was rushing it in some areas. So, Yago is 3-0 down, which is a massive hurdle for him to overcome. But if he can just put the pressure on him and just ramp it up and just go for it, potentially he might be able to get something out of this game. It's going to be a massive ask, though.
Yeah, it's going to be a massive ask indeed, Rich. And as you know, you guys have been tuning in Friday, Saturday, and of course on our Championship Sunday from all over the world. And yeah, as it goes, it pops up on the screen. There is a brand new reward for you guys to earn at home. I believe it's a Premium Gold Players Pack. If you guys want to try and earn that one, you might get a walkout. We can't promise it. But of course, engage in the chat. There's a number of extensions you guys can get involved in, like who's going to win the next match, who is going to, of course, win this whole tournament, who's going to pick up the $50,000 and the FUT Champions Cup, Richard. So we're moving into our second leg now. It currently is 3-0 to Fifilza. As we keep saying, has not put a foot wrong, has only conceded a maximum of 2 goals in any two-legged tie. Can you really see this being turned over?
It'd have to be something magical for him to turn this game
Coach
around.
Bass has got some sort of game plan coming into this one because he needs
fairy dust that he sprinkled on his controller in between the 2 games because he's going to need it. You see the changes being made here on screen as well.
And of course, to start, without using drop back, obviously it's balanced from the word go for him. He's having a quick pause and the last change, look at his players before we do jump into this game. And it's interesting to look that we are looking at a Neymar starting and Mbappe started as well, Richard. Ronaldo, Van Dijk, obviously 4 normal. Obviously for items, obviously an informal 2 in there as well, compared to maybe the icon-heavy teams that we've seen from other players. Yeah,
I'm not sure if that's Cristiano or R9 up top.
Yeah, true.
Cruyff at striker is a little bit of a strange one as well for him. Obviously, his editing is attacking right now. You can see the changes from his centre mids as well. Stick position and cover centre that he wants on those. Left mid and right mid stay forward by the looks of it. Stay on the edge of the box for crosses as well. But also, Richard, you can't drop Cruyff, who scored you 2 goals last game. You know, as you know, you said it's interesting seeing him in striker, but he's done so much for Yago in this tournament, and now he'll be holding out for Johan Cruyff to be a hero once again. He's 3-0 down. Has to get an early goal. Has to make something happen. We've seen that change in custom tactics and the formation that he is going to be using in this second leg. The worst thing that can happen is for Fifilza to score within the first 2 minutes of this game. Falls back to Ronaldo. He stands on his feet. The attack is not dealt with yet, though. Fifilza coming straight back. Oh, surely that's going to be a cut back inside. Went to ball roll Yashin. Yashin was wise, though, and just collected that one. I like the intention of the ball roll to try and set up the 100% chance. I think the cutback was sort of getting marked in the middle of the box there. But I think we're in for a very attacking game right here because Yago has to. He has to press him. Let's see what Fifilza's made of. He's been unbelievable thus far in this tournament defensively. Well, we've got Fnatic Techs waiting in this cross-console final for one of these 2 to join. I'm sure he'll be out in the players' area now, waiting and watching and thinking to himself, maybe I prefer to play against this player, or maybe he's already thinking him up against Fifilza. Because if he did concede 3 goals now, Richard, it'd be the most he's conceded at any given point in this tournament for the Brazilian. Elastico, 1 or 2, going to fall back to R9. It's going to be a gift of a goal, you'd think. Yashin. Wow. Just did enough to collect that one for him. I was a little bit worried then. Worst thing, as I said, that can happen is for Fifilza to score. It'll be 4-0 down in Yago's mentality, surely. It's going to be so difficult for him to try and pick himself up and move forward. This is that chance for him, Cruyff. Yeah, his mentality already damaged right now coming into this second leg. But you just, I don't know if you saw that. You saw Bass just sort of hitting him on the arm a little bit. You saw Yago nodding his head. I think it feels like... He's created a chance, hasn't he? I feel like he could get... I think mentally, he's far from done in this game right now. He feels as though he's got this game potentially and the minerals to turn this around. You saw Fifilza giving the ball away again there.
Tell you what, this could be half a chance for him!
Hold the phone.
He's obviously made some sort of plan. And at the moment, he's sticking to every single word of it.
What did I say before the game? Fifilza, he's been unreal defensively, but when he's been pressured, he's gave the ball away, he's made mistakes. He's got to eliminate those mistakes from his game. And Yago is ramping up the pressure right now.
The best thing that could have happened in this matchup would have been an opening goal in the first 30 minutes for Yago. And you can just see there, Richard, small indications, that press. Every single time is currently working for him, for Fifilza. If he goes and gets another goal, that 3-goal advantage is kind of reset again for him. The best thing that he can do. Zidane, though, backed by a number of pros and kind of explain the reason why. Here's Ronaldo. He's on the right side of the defender as well. Really well done by Maldini.
He weren't really confident shooting on his left foot there. I think he wanted to open up the angle to hit it on the near post. If you remember the goal that he scored against Houston, where he just thrashed it into the near post for Fifilza. Gives himself a free kick, Yago. Too far out to shoot here, but that'll be a layoff.
Simple ball roll as well. Play into Mbappe, and this is where he needs to get things moving as Yago. Heel to heel, and a ball roll as well. Van Dijk had to just stretch out a leg to get rid of that one.
Look at Van Dijk charging the ball down.
Look at the numbers forward as well from Yago. Could actually be penalised for it, though. Look at that run on the far hand side. Messi's off. He's going to find Messi as well. Keeper's off his line. Is that a risk for him to take? Yashin! Oh, what a save!
You got amongst men.
That's why he's in a few players' teams this weekend. Wow.
Clawing the ball out. If that doesn't get you going and think there's something in the water here for me to try and get back into this game, I don't know what will.
That goes in as well, Richard. That
game
3-goal
over.
advantage is back again. To be honest, I don't know why he dragged him off the line. He was on his right foot, Messi. He obviously was going to be looking to go back on the left foot. Forget about that now, though. We've moved on from it. Yago's just thinking, thankfully, I'm still in this tight. The problem is, though, you can see the numbers forward from Yago. He has to defend magnificently. He's got 4 players sitting forward every single time. He's going to get stretched. His midfield's going to get stretched. Then his goalkeeper's going to get tested time and time again. You've got to be composed in situations like this when you don't have much time on the ball. When a ball roll is so important for you, or just a simple fake shot. Bit of an overload on the left-hand side, not really what he would have wanted. Pull it. Back to Cruyff now. There's a few ball rolls in there. Zidane already got 1 goal. There's the fake shot. Oh, we've got a game up.
Yago with R9. Lovely fake shot, opening up the space. Smashing it with the left foot. Fifilza conceded 2 goals in one half of FIFA. That's the most goals he's conceded at all in one singular 2-legged match of FIFA. Pressure is a thing. Nerves are a thing.
I hope you're still holding that phone, Richard Buckley. Because we have got a game on our hands right now in Bucharest. Look at the change of tactic. 4 players every single time.
A forward. They're on stay forward. It's pretty much everyone get forward and just try and snatch me something.
If Yago gets a third, we might see a huge outpour of emotion. The biggest outpour of emotion we've probably seen all weekend long from the Argentine. The problem is, though, he's got 2 players in Zidane and Hullet having to do pretty much like a 3 or 4 man job. That's the only problem. Superb tackle again, got a little bit fortunate with it. Just looks like a changed man, doesn't he, Yago? Half time, he's pulled 2 goals back. Oh my God, Richard Buckley, we are in for something special. We're going to have a look at some of the big match moments. Yashin, wow.
Oh, off of the line. Unbelievable pour out.
I thought if he's wearing his hat, he might have threw his hat to try and stop the ball on the line, but look at the reaction there. Thomas, though, saying you've got to keep going, you've got to keep going. You can't dwell on those opportunities. If you're Yago right now, do you change back to your original formation now? You're only one goal behind.
You've got to stick with what you're playing right now. You have to just keep on attacking the game. You can see still in that 4-4-2, and it's going to be Fifilza, the two players making changes. Maybe they've just taken a second to calm down, just to recompose. I imagine the heart rate, the nerves, the butterflies, everything just pumping right now. 45 minutes away from a cross-console final. All you have to do is hold the line. It's getting away from kickoff straight away.
Oh, no. Not a good start from Fifilza. Neymar, can he get past Van Dijk? Yes, he can. Oh, it's nearly an own goal from Laurent Blanc.
I thought he just smashed it in his own net.
Look at Van Dijk. It's gone all the way out to Van Dijk. I doubt he's going to be scissor kicking that into the goal. That's awful. He's going to give away possession. Now Cruyff has got Akers to run into as well. Watch out for CR7 as well. Just who's going to make that ongoing run. Superb recovery from Zambrotta, though. Had to be superb.
Mbappe and Zambrotta, the two players with so much pace, just getting back there, making up the numbers for Yago as he comes flying forward yet again. This game.
I've been waiting for a game like this all weekend long.
End to end right now. Fifilza's trying his best to kill off the game, but Yago's just simply not letting him.
You've got to think how nervous Fifilza's feeling right now. He's 3-0 up, Richard. He doesn't give away leads. He doesn't concede goals. Could this be his chance to go back in front? Fortunately, the bounce just wasn't there for him.
Right place, right time there, just getting a body in the way. He wasn't even controlling Hullet, and he just bounced off his leg.
If you are wondering, you know, the stake on this game, it's a $15,000 game. You win this, you are in.
A date with Tex in the final.
You really are. It's a cross-console final. Even if you lose it, you're guaranteed $30,000 and 2,000 Global Series points, which will put you top of your console ranking. This is better from Fifilza. You can just feel he's kind of building back into this game now, and that's on behalf of the help of having Ruud, Hullet and Vieira as your two CDMs just holding it together. The press, again, it's perfect from Yago. He's just free-flowing at the moment with his FIFA.
Just the way he brought Maldini out of the back there as well. It just nerves of steel to bring your centre-back up, to back yourself to win the tackle, and then have four players always going forward in that 4-4-2.
R9, the goal scorer, the second, heavily involved in this passage of play once again. Lovely switch of play out to Ruud Hullet. Who's going to be the person to take that risk at goal? Is it Cruyff? Ooh. I think for a second, Yago thought it was in. Corner to come in straight away. Last one was an awful corner. He played it all the way out to Van Dijk. He's going to do it again out to Van Dijk. The touch was horrendous last time. Falls back to Zidane of all players. Back to goal. He'll try and shoot that one. Goalie's off his line. It's R9 towards the back post. Just about dealt with again by Fifilza.
Under his own crossbar, nodding it away. But again,
it's coming back.
The ball possession turned back over to Yago, as it seems to have happened every single time in this game. He's got a free kick, I think.
No, he's played up. The referee's played advantage. That fake shot was textbook for Ruud Hullet to be able to read. It's one of them. If you're Fifilza right now, you can really feel this pressure. How do you get past it? Carlos Alberto just left his man there. Zidane's having to just drop back into right back. You can just see that on the top hand side of your screen. This is your PlayStation 4 console final. Incredible turn of play. Look at Mbappe. I believe it's Mbappe. Too heavy.
Right idea, just not great execution right there.
Has to win it back. That press really is strong. Is that ball too heavy? Yeah, it is. And there we go, straight into a pause. This is really positive from Yago, though, once again. And we are looking at Yago's point of view here. So we're seeing a big change, another change for him.
Best way I can sort of describe this pressure, sort of like when you'll go on holiday and you'll go to a really, really hot country, you step off the plane and it just hits you. You don't know what to do.
It's like that experience when we went to Doha.
You step outside and it's just the heat and you feel lost.
You're like, where's the aircon?
And right now, he's looking for a way out, is Fifilza of this game. Because Yago is relentless.
Yeah, the pressure is incredible from Yago. Obviously, speak about the Premier League being one of the most entertaining leagues in the world. Talk about two of their FIFA players making this one of the most entertaining games we've seen this weekend.
He's in down the line there. Messi's fresh.
He's fresh as well. Can he get round him? He has. He's got past Eusebio, I want to say. As a ball roll, unfortunately, into danger. Watch out for this press, though. Can Zidane turn it around? It's like there, Eusebio's really got nowhere to go, has he?
That's
the other side of that, Eusebio is fresh. Scores now. You'd have to say it's game over. Eusebio, ball roll, surely on the line. It's in from R9. And
Look
you can
at
see
that
the
reaction.
outpour of emotion. Surely that is your game winner.
He was under the cush for so many opportunities. So much time was for Fifilza. You saw Eusebio, he was fresh. He was just brought onto the pitch, got down the side. Yago jumped in with a manual tackle. You saw him press circle, and the space when he mistimed that tackle was palpable. There was so much room. And this is the change that Yago has to make right now. 3-4-1-2. All of those sliders.
And I love the fact that, you know, Yago's
Teeter
still
on top.
Yago's thinking to himself, I have had chances. I have created chances. He scored 2 goals within the first half, Richard. He's got 15 minutes left, plus added time to make. If he gets a goal, 82nd, 83rd minute latest, he's got about 8 minutes to have a real good go at this. A lot of ifs, though. A lot of ifs. For Fifilza, we know he can see out games. He's got that grit to see out a game.
Yago will be coming at him from kickoff. If he scores straight away, potentially.
I was worried when that ball went into the box because I honestly thought somehow it was not going in.
R9, captain fantastic for Fifilza. 15 minutes left.
That goal could be a $15,000 goal in terms of sending Fifilza into his first ever grand final, cross-console final at a FUT Champions Cup. And this is what you'll expect to see. Keep the ball, look after the ball, but that press is going to be really strong now from Yago. It's about trying to just put out the players from Yago, stretch the midfield, then you're going to start to find gaps in between, but on the top of that, Yago's going to want you to play those risky balls. Oh no, look at the space for him. There is a risk when you come forward. Pull it!
Game, set, and match.
Get that man in the cross-console final. That goal seals the deal. He had to come forward, Yago. He had to play free at the back. But gaps will appear and opportunities will arise. Ruud Gullit took the opportunity and he has done enough to send the Brazilian into his first ever cross-console grand final.
Wolves Fifilza, you saw when the 4th goal went in, the emotion and the outcry from him, because that was the release that he needed. That 5th goal, it was more of a coolness about it. Yeah, that's game over now. I've got 3-goal cushion. I've got the game wrapped up.
You have to give credit, though, don't you, of course, to...
What a game Yago's had, because some players could turn over and roll down.
One more, why not? Zidane wants to get involved in the party. And that's exactly what he'll do. On that finesse, one-on-one, keeper was just pulled off his line. It was a routine finish in the end for the Frenchman. One of the new icons added to FIFA 20 this year. And he's, of course, amongst the pro selection. And that's why. But going back to your point, Richard, as you said, Yago had a fantastic game. Kept us on the edge of our seats for a very long time into this second leg. 60th, 65th minute, we thought, you know what?
He attacked the game.
This really could be an exciting matchup.
Yeah, he attacked the game. He had to attack the game. And he's made this PS4 console final a great watch.
And that means that at top of the PlayStation 4 ranking, it will be for Fifilza. 2,000 Global Series points to his name.
And he also continues this astounding record of only conceding 2 goals.
Yeah.
In a 2-legged game of FIFA.
Which really makes this grand final an exciting one. Against Fnatic Tex, that'll be the grand final. Wolves Fifilza against Fnatic Tex. in a match worth $50,000.
I mean, if you just look at Texas results, 4-2, 5-2, 4-2, 6-0, 2-1, 3-1, 4-0, 4-0, 2-1. He has also not conceded more than 2 goals in a 2-layered game of FIFA.
And there we go. Congratulations to Wolves Fifilza. He will be your PlayStation 4 champion, representing Wolves and Team Bundled. Congratulations to this man. He has been flawless, Richard, through Swiss, through knockouts, and it maybe is the Brazilians' year. Commiserations to Yago, though.
What a game it was. Yago kept us on the edge of our seats here in the commentary booth, but Fifilza coming out victorious 6-2. He withstood the pressure that Yago was piling on him. And when he got that opportunity, he definitely did take it. 4-2, 5-2 and 6-2 in the final 15 minutes of the game. Fifilza will be meeting Fnatic Tex. Wolves versus Fnatic in your first cross-console final of FIFA 20.
Esports organisation against football club. It's going to be an amazing final, Richard. As we know, $30,000 are guaranteed for the loser of this grand final. They've both got equal global series points, which will mean that Tex will be #1 on the Xbox ranking. And Fifilza kicking things off, Richard, on, of course, the PlayStation side. And Abinio, his team, will be thinking, right, I need to get my season going because Wolves are on the map. Wolves are on the map, and you're thinking, first and foremost, for Yago and Wolves, 2 players they've picked up from South America, money well spent on that salaries, you know, for getting them involved. They're making finals.
100%. You can see the stats here from Fifilza's games versus Yago. He's unbeaten. We've got 2 unbeaten players in the cross-console final in Tex and Fifilza. 6 goals, 2 goals conceded. Average possession of 59.5% with 432 passes made. Unbelievable performance from Fifilza. I think the big thing, it showed what he was made of. It showed that he had the mettle. When you are getting pressured, when you are in a tense environment and your opponent is all over you, you just withstood it. You held the line and then you capitalised on the space opening up.
Well, we thought for a minute Yago was going to get back into the game. He came out in the second leg, obviously 3-0 down, had to attack, changed his formation, looked really, really impressive. Scored 2 goals within the first half. But there we go, Richard. As we know, we have a fantastic grand final in front of us now.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic game. That's all from me and Brandon here on the desk for the weekend here in Bucharest. I hope you enjoyed the commentary. Spencer, over to you with the winner.
Thanks, lads. Yeah, Mike's actually with the winner. He's going to join him in a minute. But we know our finalists now. It is the perfect final with the perfect players with a perfect record. Unbeaten. I can't remember a time we've seen this before. What a way to kick off the season. And one of them will go into the next tournament unbeaten competitively on FIFA 20, which is unreal. I've got Dan Gaskin along with me and Rachel Stringer here. The predictions, the guys who, you know, normally it doesn't work like this. Normally the guys who win all the games in Swiss format, it seems like obvious they're going to go the distance, but they don't. But they actually have this time.
Different class, I mean, from both of them on the PlayStation and Xbox in Tex and Fifilza, and like some of the goals Fifilza scored there as well. I mean, a lot of talk about people saying he's a very defensive player, he's not scoring enough goals, but as I mentioned, in the semi-final and the quarter-final, you can only play against the player you're playing against, and he played against some very defensive players, so he kept it tight at the back as well. He goes up against Yago, a more offensive player, and then bam, he's 2-0 up in like, what, 20 minutes in game? And his second goal was incredible. One of the best goals that we've seen at the tournament so far. I think this is going to be it coming up. Honestly, very impressed with Fifilza, and I'm really excited to see what he has to offer going up against Tex.
Yeah, I think Mike's actually going to break this goal down a little bit more for us in more detail. But what I was really impressed with is the fact that he's still bossing possession, no matter who he comes up against. But yeah, Yago brought something to him. He got some goals back. He gave him under pressure, but he just handled it, didn't he, Rachel?
Yeah, it went 3-2, didn't it, I think, in the second leg. And that kind of let Yago back in it. I think everyone, the neutral, would have thought, OK, Yago's got a chance now. West Ham have got a chance against Wolves. Wasn't to be. Ended up putting a few more past him just to ease his way into that cross-console final. The first time he's ever been in this position. And it was really a story of defence, I think, all the way through for both Tex and Wolves Fifilza. I think Wolves Fifilza has maybe only conceded 8 to Tex's 9. So very similar there on how many goals they've conceded. So it'll be very interesting to see if either of them let any goals past each other in that cross-console final.
Yeah, this was part of the the second leg here. Little effort from Fifilza. What a save. Maybe save of the tournament,
Ridiculous.
Shaking his head off camera at that one.
Ridiculous. There is no way that any keeper should be saving that. That should be a guaranteed goal. Unreal from Yashin. Maybe a shout for everyone to be using Yashin instead of Van der Sar for that one.
It actually triggered a little bit of a comeback in Yago. Got some goals here. Needed the goals. Zidane, Ronaldo linking up there. Goal that was made in Real Madrid back in the day in the Galacticos era. That was an important goal for West Ham's Yago.
And a lot of people would have crumbled at this point. When you're 3-0 up and you've thrown away a lead a little bit and it's 3-2, you start to get a little bit shaky. But for Fifilza, he kept his composure, he pressed on, and then he was rewarded going 4-2 up.
He hasn't looked phased really at all this competition, has he? He even said that before they took to the stage there. They both looked pretty chilled out, Yago and Wolves Fifilza. Usually, they're looking a bit stressed when it comes to this point in the competition, and it's unknown territory as well for him. So you would have thought he'd be a little bit worried, but absolutely not. Put that one nicely to bed.
That goal we just saw there that made it 4-2, I think was the most important goal because it was one that stopped the rot, stopped him getting back to 3-all. Much bigger celebrations from Fifilza and his coach for that goal than there was actually from winning the game at the end. And after that, he just became a couple extra goals just to increase that margin of victory. Hullet getting one there, and I think Zidane gets the next one. But yeah, Yago, great comeback, great effort, great tournament from him. No doubt we'll see him again. Actually, I think all 3 West Ham players that they've signed all qualify for the next event. So we're going to see Yago with his teammates Jazz and Jambu next in 2 weeks in Bucharest. So well done to West Ham for really improving their team there. But Wolves are the dominant Premier League team, you have to say, in esports right now.
Yeah, definitely. They'll be more than happy with the signing of Fifilza, and of course we've got Abinho there as well, also on the squad, and we'll see what he can do when he qualifies for an event. There's a couple of the statistics. Fifilza getting a decent amount of shots away. I think Fifilza, I mean, I can see it, but would have enjoyed that game a little bit more. Like, it's always tough to play a game of FIFA where you're only winning by a goal or 2 goals. It's quite stressful, but when the game's a little bit more open, free-flowing, you've been able to put the ball in the back of the net. It's just a more enjoyable experience. And now he's going to be feeling confident of, I can score goals going into that grand final versus Tex.
Yeah, definitely. And we saw that 94.9% pass completion, one of the highest I've seen, which makes sense because Fifilza's possession's been so high. I'd love to hear more from Mike when he asks him about one of his goals, how he's got his passing so good. So we'll send it over to Mike.
You kind of took the words out of my mouth. But first off, second plaque of the weekend. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Into the finals. Now he's going for a trophy, of course, next. And when you were here last time, you said, hey, I need to improve my passing. I feel like I wasn't creative enough with my passing. And that's going to bring the first breakdown. And I'm actually just going to call this a Mike appreciation. That's really what it is. I just appreciate this so much in terms of the build-up and the creativity with your passing. A lot of people think you have to have skill moves. And you're going to see here, we're going to take a bit more of a zoom in. You've got a triple team on R9. And you might have seen this once. You might have seen it twice. But we're going to keep this on repeat. Beautiful back heel. Fools everyone. Ultimate levels of creativity. You tuck it away. And, I mean, the back room, we were all watching this. We all erupted and saying, hand clap to the main man. That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So what changed? What shifted with you? You also have a very experienced coach. And we're looking at Wantana, who was an ex-pro player. And now I see him back there keeping you very focused. Did y'all have a team talk after the first round? You said you needed to improve some of your passing in the final third. You did just that.
Yeah, I think Thomas is really important because he helps me to get more focus. Even if I concede a goal in the last minutes, don't lose the ball for no reason. So I told you, like, I need to improve some things, and sometimes I just need to believe myself because I think my attack is good with the quick passes. Yeah, sometimes I just need to attack, but yeah, that's it.
And Tex is probably one of the most watched pro players in terms of being able to watch his gameplay. I know it was the first tournament of FIFA 20, but you took an idea for what he's trying to do, what he's trying to accomplish. Are you going to be able to use anything from maybe previous information that's available, previous streams, or even this year's streams to your advantage, potentially going into this final? Do you have a game plan for Tex?
Watched all his games in the knockouts. Tex is an impressive player. His attacking is so good. I'm going to play my game. Like I played the entire tournament, and let's see what happens.
All right, perfect. You heard it from Fifilza. I mean, we got undefeated 1 versus undefeated 2, Xbox, PlayStation, all the above. Back to you guys at the couch right here. Oh, look at this. This is the handoff or the shoulder off.
Just a massage.
Shoulder pass.
Yeah, I like that.
The massage off.
After
Look, just there it is.
Lovely. Okay, that's enough. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this cross-console final massively. Can Fifilza step up on his opposite console? We've seen Tex play a lot more of them than we have Fifilza.
I guess it's what we're just hearing to there as well. Let's go back to that in a second. But coaches seem to be playing a massive part in this tournament as well. Obviously, had to coach you all the way through now. And obviously, we've seen Enzo, Vertex, and now Thomas, which Fifilza just said there, really kind of adding that extra something that they need to go through. So maybe it's time that everyone like really looks at investing in a good coach, because it seems that they are the people that are really helping to mix things up a bit.
Coach is very important, and I think it will be present in the final as well. And you asked, can Fifilza beat Tex, or can he do it against Tex? The answer would be yes, he can. Like, if he plays his game, like he said, and if he's not intimidated by the scenario of in a cross-console final for the first time, going up against the best player in the world in Tex, if he stays calm, if his coach keeps him calm, then he has every chance and every right of having the possibility of actually winning the cross-console final.
Yeah. I've also, speaking of coaches, I've got a bit of an apology to do, because I did a whole little bit of a chat about Enzo, Tex's coach, earlier, because he was helping him improve his defence. I talked about the synergy between that and Italian defending and the catenaccio, thinking I was a bit of a clever boy. He's not Italian. I partly blame his parents for calling him Enzo. I did actually know that he wasn't Italian, and I forgot, because I've chatted to him before, but I went and chatted to him outside. He's French. Interesting story, actually. You know the reason he's called Enzo?
Why?
Is because Zinedine Zidane's called his son Enzo. And obviously he's French. I'm assuming his parents are big Zidane fans, and they decided to choose the same name as Zidane's son. They called him Enzo, because it makes no sense otherwise. Why would you call a French person an Italian name?
But back to your
confuse me.
question a second ago. Sorry to Enzo, he's French,
Sorry,
not
mate.
Italian. Xbox and PlayStation now, so they've got to play on both console. How important is it? Well, okay, we're going to get the PlayStation console here. Who's better, do you think? We don't really know how good Fifilza is on the Xbox. Do you think it really matters? Muscle memory.
Yes, it does. I mean, so I'm an Xbox player, and playing on the PlayStation, I find it unnatural. It's quite a light controller, but it does fit my small and girly hands. Whereas some people have bigger hands and they struggle with it, and they might prefer the Xbox controller. However, there are now console controller makers that make controllers that are more similar to like an Xbox controller, so you can get a PS4 controller that is like an Xbox controller. Tex, I think, had one last season. He might have one this season, whereas maybe Fifilza's not that prepared. So you could argue that Tex might have the advantage because he's more used to it. He might have a controller that's ready for it. Or he might just be playing on the PlayStation controller. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see.
Just one of many storylines going into our big cross-console final that's going to come up soon. But right now it's time to choose our Gillette Precision play of the day. One play that we think stands out above all the rest. We're going to look